I thought that I would absolutely go for this one. Now, usually this would end up with me becoming a pancake on the ground, but I went for it right through the hole. We made it. And this was my first game on the new Warzone patch. There's been a big update to the game today, and it's actually a really good patch in my opinion. And while there isn't really that much new content on the map apart from the underground tram teleportation system thing, there's a ton of great bug fixes and balance changes, some which will actually shake the game and the meta up quite a lot. They've added a new SMG, improvements to audio so you can hear footsteps better, some new user interface features. It just appears to be a really good quality of life update for Warzone. I'm going to take a look at everything new today. So this is the transit system. That's a Gulag token. So if you've been in the Gulag, you respawn and you find one of those. If the Gulag's still open and you'll die, you'll get another chance at going in the Gulag. So that's the map of the transit system right there, and all around the map there are these bunkers. You go down, there are 4 doors, and I believe that in each of them you can take 2 of them, and it will say in front of the door where it goes to. You go through the door, there's a little cutscene animation, I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit, and then you will teleport to that location on the map. So it's very similar to how we had the trains, the underground system in Verdansk, but now it's much quicker. It's not a big elaborate area anymore, and I do foresee that these will be used more than the train system was, just because they're a lot quicker, although it is super easy to camp these locations. Of course, as you saw there, enemy player came through, little black smoke particle effect, and that's just a really easy kill. But if that's a squad, I'm playing solos here, maybe that won't be as easy for me. The only thing that I can see that will kind of put people off these are the fact that it's always a ladder to get out. The ones that I've been in anyway, it's just one ladder to get out, so really easy to camp at the top. That could deter individuals, especially in solos, maybe not so much in squads because you got a backup, but could deter people from using them. Prime example here, a little fight going on at the top. I mean, this is a bigger bunker area, so maybe these guys were just looting early game, but I'd be dead if someone was just looking at me as I came up out that ladder. So that's the new transit system, pretty self-explanatory, and you'll learn the routes as you play the map a bit more. New Gulag weapon rotation. I haven't had a bad weapon yet, and thank God that that top break revolver is not there anymore. And this is the new SMG, the Carl Gustav. I have to be honest, I didn't realize or I didn't remember that they were adding a new SMG in this patch, but this is obviously a version that I picked up from ground loot, and I got in a little fight here with Snoop Dogg, and I didn't realize, or I didn't look at the HUD, that build of it is a burst SMG. I think that's how it is by default. Snoop yeeted himself off there, and I thought that I would give him a quick round of applause for that one. So they did increase the down speed, and I'll talk about that a bit later, but the time to kill here with the burst, not bad. I've not unlocked it yet, but if you tap, you can get the burst off pretty quick. I think people will just gravitate to the fully auto builds though. This is the blueprint. I need to figure out if it's actually worth unlocking and getting all the upgrades for it. I just don't know yet if it's going to be a viable choice in the game, but you can unlock it in Modern Warfare, and it's 3 sliding kills in a match 15 times. So best way to do it, load up Modern Warfare. Hopefully there's a shipment playlist on there, hardcore. Do 3 slide kills, quit the game, load into another one, and you'll get it pretty quick that way, maybe 20-25 minutes if you're efficient. There's a new perk in the game. It's a perk from Vanguard called Serpentine, and it's essentially 20% less damage when you're sprinting. It goes in the first perk slot. On paper, you might think, well, that seems like a surefire pick, but honestly, I don't see that many people using it. I personally wouldn't pick that over Quick Fix. I don't think it's going to have that big an impact on the meta. Maybe a little bit on Caldera, but on Rebirth, nah. They messed this up though. This is one of the only bad things with the patch. When you do the free look, it just has crazy sensitivity. I don't know if it's like that on console, but on PC, something's gone wrong there. You may notice as well in the normal Battle Royale modes, the starting player count has been reduced by 30 to 120. So this is just in the standard Battle Royale modes. I think that one's 50-50 if it sticks, but their reasons for it were that they want more people to be playing the game more than just spectating. So a couple of things they've done to make sure that you get back in the game. The Gulag entry token, which we've already looked at. There's also a redeploy token, which if you pick it up and you die, you will automatically redeploy. You won't go to Gulag. The cost of buying a teammate back has been reduced to $3,000 from $4,000, so cheaper to respawn your buddies. The death tax has been adjusted as well, so instead of losing 80% of your money when you die, if you come back, you'll now return with 50% of what you had. And you can also find loadout drops as a rare ground loot pickup. So I guess that the thinking from Raven is that with all those regain mechanics, you might not notice that lower player count as much. I'm assuming that that will also have benefits to frames per second on your client and also server performance, but I don't know that for sure. You may have noticed me there pick up the speed boost token as well. Those are now in the normal PR game modes. They've been in LTMs in the past. Just gives you a cheeky little speed boost and you can slide real quick. HDR's had a little nerf, although I was using it today and still making some nice effective shots with it. They've just increased the bullet drop a bit, so you'll have to lead a little bit more at those extreme ranges. In the patch notes, there's also a ton of changes to so many guns in the game, various buffs and nerfs. This is a massive balance pass across the board for primary weapons. In terms of meta weapons on first impression, I think the BAR is going to make a bit of a comeback. The STG is still really strong because I don't think that they touched it. The Volt got a little damage buff. That's going to be a great close range sniper support weapon. Vargo's strong. Cooper Carbine's still good. AMAX got a bit of a nerf, which I'm really sad about. It's my favorite gun, but there you go. We'll see how the meta shifts and changes over the next few days and weeks. They've nerfed stims a bit as well, so I don't think we're going to see them as often, but you may see more snapshot grenades now. If you're on Xbox Series S or X, I've got some really good news for you. If you've got a 120Hz TV or display, you can now once again use that. That support was added in the past, but then Microsoft changed something with their GDK. 120Hz stopped working. Their software package changed and it took a bit of working out. I think it's been like over a year or something now, but finally with this patch you can use 120Hz again on those systems. If you have a 120Hz display, I definitely recommend using that setting. The game is just smoother and feels a lot more responsive. There's less input lag. Well worth it. This here is a new field upgrade for Warzone, the Radar Jammer. It's been in many multiplayer games of COD before, of course, and it just scrambles the minimap of enemy players, and it will prevent kill streaks for anyone within a short radius of where you put it down. You can see on the minimap there, that blue circle. And now we're in squads. I can show you some of the user interface upgrades. If you look at the bottom left here, right after we listen to the most English person I've ever heard in Call of Duty.
No, I landed upstairs by myself.
I hope he has a great day. Obvious differences here. First things first, you've got a total of how much money the squad has at the top. So you don't have to do any quick maths anymore and work out if you can afford a loadout, or embarrass yourself if you get the calculation wrong, which I usually do. But what's super cool is that you can see how many plates your teammates have. So if someone's running low, you can quickly look over and see, maybe drop them some plates, and you can't lie anymore when you say you don't have plates, but you actually do. Great for team play, and you can see icons for the gas mask, tokens, self-revives, and which kill streaks your squad mates have, and that's a brilliant quality of life feature. I just wish now that they will actually add a way to see what perks you have, whether you could just press a button to bring that up, or you go to the scoreboard and it just quickly shows you the icons on the side there. Now that there's lootable perks in the game too, that would be a good feature to add. Rebirth has been updated to have the same HP as Caldera, so now it's 150 base health. That means higher time to kill on Rebirth, brings it in line with the main BR modes. The knockdown speed, as I mentioned at the start of the video, has been increased, so when you get knocked, you can now move around a little faster. That'll give you more of a chance to escape a follow-up sniper shot or something like that. Hopefully get yourself a res or get a teammate to come over and save your butt before you finished. Footstep audio, they say that's been improved. I need to play some more to really get a feel for that, but I will follow up. I'll probably do some solo live gameplay commentary videos where I'm really analyzing that and seeing if it actually has improved. And that's everything really in terms of the highlights from me. I know there was a lot to cover there, and there's so much more stuff in the patch notes. Bug fixes like when you slide and the camera would lock. They say they fixed that now, which is great. It's just a really good patch overall, in my opinion. The balance of the game seems pretty good now. The changes to the guns, I like that there's more ways to get back into the game. Didn't really come across any bugs, so looking good. I mean, it gets a thumbs up from me, this one, on first impression. So that's all, guys. Thank you for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Code JackFrags in the COD store if you buy anything, all in caps, of course. Drop me a comment below. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.